Hello and welcome everyone. So today in this video, I am going to discuss about heart and circulation. And this video, I am basically preparing for class 5 students. Okay? So what I am going to do is, I am going to explain this topic by showing you an animation. And at the end, I am going to give a brief recap of what we learned throughout the video. Okay? So let's move on. So, this is the heart which is cone shaped and it is workaholic. Okay? It transfers oxygen, blood to the body. So, it is called pumping machine. See, this animated person is also wondering by seeing the function of the heart and he is laughing as well. Heart is surrounded by lungs and it is tilted towards the left side. Heart is covered by a sac-like structure called pericardium. This animated person is thinking it is like the French fries. Just like without the frame photo falls. In the similar way, pericardium protects the heart by anchoring it to the surrounding so that the heart stays in its place. Pericardium also prevents the heart from overfilling. Just like Captain America's shield, heart is also made up of cardiac muscle fibers. Now, as the tennis court is divided into two parts, in this similar way, heart is also divided in two sides, left and right, separated by cardiac septum. Now, right side receives deoxygenated and left side receives oxygenated blood. And this septum prevents it from mixing. Each side of the heart is further divided into two parts, atria the upper part and ventricles the lower part. He is also amazed to see these chambers of this heart. Now, just as postbox receives all the letters, atria receives blood. So, it is called the receiving chambers. And it is thin muscles. The walls of the atria are thinner. Now he is thinking why it is made up of thin muscles. Because the function of the atria is only to transfer blood to the ventricles. Okay? And just like the postmaster collects all the letters and delivers it to the specific location, in the similar way, ventricle transfer blood throughout the body. That is why it is called discharging chambers. Just like thick coconut shell, ventricles are also made up of thick muscles. Because ventricles has to pump blood throughout the body, so it needs more pressure. See? Now, the left side is much more thicker than the right side of the ventricle because right side pumps blood to the lungs and left side pumps blood throughout the body. Now comes the four valves: tricuspid valves, bicuspid valves, pulmonary valves, aortic valves. After riding a plane, just as you can't go down, in this similar way, valves prevents the backflow of the blood. See? After transferring it to the ventricle, it prevents the backflow of the blood. Tricuspid valves are located between right atrium and right ventricle. Bicuspid valves are located between left atrium and left ventricle. And together they forms atrioventricular valves. Pulmonary valves located between right ventricle and pulmonary artery. Aortic valves located between left ventricle and aorta. And together they form semilunar valves. Now, by seeing the term semilunar, he is thinking it might relate it something to space. And he is wondering. That was all about the function of the heart. Structure of the heart. Now come its working. Why is is the heart so important? Can't we survive without it? What makes sure that every cells of our body gets oxygen? Obviously the heart. See, heart makes sure. Now, oxygenated blood are transferred by the heart throughout the body and it receives waste material or deoxygenated blood. This process is called circulation of blood. Let's see in details. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood through the vena cava, superior and inferior vena cava. From the right atrium, deoxygenated blood moves to left ventricle and from there to the lungs through pulmonary artery. In the lungs, deoxygenated blood gets converted into oxygenated blood and it is needs to send to all parts of the body. So, it again returns to the left atrium through pulmonary vein. From the pulmonary vein, it gets transfers to left ventricle and from left ventricle through aorta, it gets transfers to entire body. So, now the body is getting oxygenated blood. This is the one cycle of circulation. See? This process continuously repeats. Now, from circulation between the heart and the lungs is called pulmonary circulation and from the heart to the body is called systemic circulation. And this both together forms double circulation of the heart. Now, let us look at the recap what we learned till now. The external structure of the heart and its location. So, see, the heart is surrounded by lungs and it is tilted towards the left. Now, the pericardium. As we read, pericardium is sac-like structure which keeps the heart in its place. So, this is the diagram of pericardium, the sac-like structure. Next comes the chambers of the heart. Now, the heart is divided into two parts. We learned that the right and the left. The right and the left is again divided into right atrium and the left ventricle, right? And the valves are also there which prevents the backflow of the blood. The valves are tricuspid valves, bicuspid valves, pulmonary valves and aortic valves. Now comes the blood flow through the heart or the circulation system of the blood in the heart. So, from the body, deoxygenated blood are transferred to the right auricles through vena cava. Okay? From the right auricle, the blood is transported to right ventricle and from the right ventricle, it is transported to lungs with the help of pulmonary artery. In the lungs, deoxygenated blood gets converted into oxygenated blood with the help of oxygenated blood. And this oxygenated blood again returns to the heart for pumping to throughout the body with the help of pulmonary veins. So, with the help of pulmonary veins, oxygenated blood again returns to the left auricle. From the left auricle, it is transported to left ventricle. From the left ventricle, through systemic aorta, oxygenated blood are transported to entire body. Okay, students? This is the entire process of blood circulation in the heart. Now, circulation is of two types as we have learned before also. The circulation between the heart and the lungs is called the pulmonary circulation. And the circulation between the heart and the body is called systemic circulation. Okay students, if you like this video, please subscribe our channel and like, share and comment. Thank you.